Things are looking pretty dicey in the Alec Baldwin, Hannah Gutierrez Reed case that happened on the Rust movie set, where an armorer who was looking greasy, overweight, and brightly colored haired showed up in court yesterday looking nothing like that, trying to look like some sort of professional. It's funny that they waited until they took someone's life before they wanted to bother looking decent for work, but the trial is going on, and it doesn't look good. All the details that are coming out now are bad. They look rough. You see this Russ armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed sobs after handing cops the prop that took that caused the accident with Helena Hutchins. I'm so sorry. I'm so scared.
How do I know this is a gun?
Oh, why do they do this? You can't pause the video, but you look at this person. Like, she's just all greasy and brightly colored hair.
Okay,
We got Browns here.
okay, now, so, this is the one I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm pretty sure. By the way, you see, she doesn't look like that at all now that she's in court. Doesn't look like that at all. Rust armor Hannah Gutierrez Reed is seen handing over the weapon used by Alec Baldwin to accidentally remove Helena Hutchins from the planet, telling the officers that the crew then told the crew how scared she was. Both Reed and Baldwin are charged with involuntarily removing someone from this planet. She is the focus of flouting safety procedures by handing Baldwin a weapon loaded with a live round. That is the weapon, Reed said, while another member of the crew held one arm around her. Moments later, she sobbed as she spoke with Assistant Director Dave Halls. I'm so scared. I don't really, I mean, it's like the simplest job on the planet to not have any real rounds on set. Prosecutors painted a picture of a disorganized, chaotic Reed who mixed live rounds with dummy blanks on set and did lines the night before. I believe all of those things. Her attorney's response told the jury that she'd become the scapegoat of Baldwin's carelessness and that he should never have pointed the weapon in their direction, which is absurd. What do you mean? If you're filming a movie and in the movie you point, your weapon at somebody, you have to point your weapon at that person. I don't understand. What do you mean? I guess you kind of do it. Why would you even be concerned about it? Because you have a literal professional on staff that's supposed to make sure that weapon is safe. By the way, where's the cylinder? Baldwin was rehearsing scenes for Rust, his Western movie, when he accidentally did the deed. He maintains that he thought it was loaded with blanks and that he had been assured it was safe. I actually believe that that's true. But he did say that he did not even... He also tried to say he didn't pull the trigger, which was disproven, which is why he was later charged again. 5 other live rounds were later found on the set by investigators. Gutierrez Reed sat in court wearing a gray blazer and white top, looking impassive as District Judge Mary Marlowe Summer read out the charges to the jury. Opening statements were delayed on Thursday due to a juror's lateness. We believe that it was in the negligent acts and failures of the defendant that resulted in both acts that contributed to Miss Hutchins' passing and the live rounds being brought on set, prosecutor Jason Lewis said on the stage's opening remarks. Gutierrez Reed's attorneys have previously claimed that the live rounds arrived on set from an Albuquerque-based supplier of dummy rounds. I don't believe that that's true. Does anybody else believe that that's true? Does anybody believe that a supplier of dummy rounds It's their job to sell dummy rounds, accidentally mixed up real rounds with dummy rounds and sent them. I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't believe that for a single second. Also, if I remember correctly, she was seen shooting like cans on set earlier that day. Or another day. So she knew there were live rounds around. She was using them, from what I remember. On Thursday, they put the fault on Baldwin, saying the actor violated basic safety rules as he rushed to finish filming and did not do training that Gutierrez had requested. Defense attorney Jason Bowles said the scene did not require him to draw that weapon. Instead, for whatever reason, Mr. Baldwin pulled it out and ends up being pointed right at Miss Hutchins and Mr. Souza, who also took a bullet, by the way. According to Bowles, Baldwin controlled the set, and he was a lead actor and one of the producers. By pointing it at another person, Baldwin violated some of the most basic safety rules you can ever learn. This is absurd. Could you imagine sitting on... By the way, this person also had another incident, I believe with Nicolas Cage. There's no doubt in my mind that she is found guilty of this. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's a leftoid, she's going to get away with it. I don't think so. If I'm sitting on that jury and it's like, wait a minute, it is your job to make sure that there are not live rounds on set. Nobody else's job. It's not Alec Baldwin's job. I don't believe Alec will be found guilty. As much as like Schadenfreude, and as much as I hate him, would like to see it, I don't think he will be. That said, it is literally her job only. Some people say that she's not a real armorer, but I'm pretty sure she's worked in this position on other jobs. I believe once with Nicolas Cage. If I look up, I believe there was another incident with, in fact, I'm going to try to find it real quick, because I think like there was a Nick Cage. Here you go. Back in 2021, rookie Rust Armor once made Nicolas Cage storm off set after firing a weapon. So the 24-year-old Rust Armor in charge of the weapons when Alec Baldwin, did what he did, was repeatedly accused of crew members of breaking basic safety protocols on the Montana set of Nick Cage's The Old Way. Cage even walked off set screaming at Gutierrez Reed after she fired a weapon without warning for the second time in 3 days. The movie's key grip, Stu Brumbo, told the outlet, "Make an announcement, you just blew my effing eardrums out," Cage yelled before walking off in rage. Brumba even told the assistant director of their armor she needs to be let go, he recalled. After a second round, "I was pissed off. We're moving too fast. She's a rookie," he said, saying it was only after complaining that they found out that it was a key crew member's first movie in charge of weapons. Now, Brumba detailed a series of complaints that were made about Gutierrez Reed, including that she walked onto set with live rounds or blanks without announcing it to cast and crew. She also walked around with pistols tucked under her armpits, such that they were pointing back at people, and allowed firearms to be aimed at people, Brumba told the Wrap. Another crew member who spoke on the condition of anonymity confirmed the concerns. Gutierrez Reed put the cast and crew in several unnecessary and dangerous situations, the unidentified crew member told the Wrap. I mean, I don't know how this person got the job, but there is a long history of them being terrible at it. She is absolutely going to jail for this. I'm shocked all the time, but I would be shocked if she doesn't go down for this. She doesn't have Alec Baldwin's. I mean, if I had to, really choose between the two, they're probably both not going to jail. But I'd be willing to bet you that it is not going to end well for her. I just don't think it's going to. trying to blame it on Alec Baldwin, if I'm on the jury, it doesn't really hit with me. I mean, she is maybe a Nepo hire. Here's Gutierrez Reed has had live round mixed with dummy rounds on the set. By the way, you can very easily tell the difference between a live and a dummy round. Why would you have them mixed together outside of just outrageous? It is literally your job. Absolutely outrageous that you would mix these two together. Like, there's no way this broad is not going down the river for this. Like, there's just no way. She's definitely going to be found guilty. At least should be, in my opinion.